Hi, I'm John Severance. This is Brian Valentine here at BCA Private Wealth. For last week's question of the week, we discussed the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. And for this week's question of the week, we are going to discuss the Genius Act that President Donald Trump just signed into law. Brian, any insights or information on what this act kind of contains?
Yeah, so this really addresses the crypto issue. And for a lot of our listeners, crypto is still kind of a scary thing and it's been an unregulated thing. And this bill was supposed to bring some regulation into it and a framework of maybe tying the U.S. Treasury and dollar to the crypto market. The interesting thing is, though, the one thing that made the crypto market kind of interesting for some people is there was a lot of fraud and a lot of people able to obscure assets essentially from the purview of governments through the use of cryptocurrency. So it was private, encrypted, people couldn't find out about it. So introducing regulation, which is meant to hopefully stabilize some of it, may also be the one thing that unwinds it. So I think there's a couple sides of this coin, pardon the pun there. We are trying to see how we move as we move forward in the world. And just like years ago, we had digital payments on the internet, which we can talk about. This is a new way, and what it's meant to be is a digital currency. And we'll see where it goes. But I think the consumers have to be aware. I think one of the things we can even talk about is what was it like 20, 30 years ago when people started just doing payments online, right? So I guess what do you see from that versus the questions that we get today on crypto and what people need to look forward to?
Yeah, Brian, as you mentioned, this kind of introduces the framework to stabilizing cryptocurrency. Same as years ago when they finally allowed digital payments. It is very early on. There still is a lot of work to be done there. So for our consumers, I'd recommend just kind of staying in touch with what's happening. Don't dive too deep into it. It is still early on. It was just introduced. There will be changes to come in the future. So the best the consumer do is just stay on top of it there. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us at BCA Private Wealth here.
Yeah, and in doing that, just know we can't provide specific transactional advice around cryptocurrency due to being unregulated. Can't say that, but we certainly are happy to talk you through the questions you may have. Always give us a call if you have any questions.